Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So today things are looking much better. Once again, things are going up, up, up. Consumer, or I should say retail investor confidence is coming back. All coins are moving in a big way. But that's not all. That's not all. Get ready. Get ready. Apple is about to get into crypto. That's right. I have something to show you guys. Apple is about to get in, and this is huge, huge, enormous news. I think it's not a real surprise. I've been talking about this for quite some time, but now we have confirmation, and let me show you what that is. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All right, let's do this, guys. You guys are excited. I'm excited. You know what? I'm going to start this other recording here real quick. There we go. All right, let's do this. Let me change my screen. All right. Man, lively crowd already. You guys are pumped. You guys are amped. Well, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a little bit higher. It was above 40,000, approaching 41,000. Took a little breather, but still we're moving in the right direction, obviously, from our 30,000 bottom. And then we kind of went down to whatever, 31, 32 again. And now we're coming back up. And I have some articles from some people that do think that 30,000 is the bottom. And I do too. And since we're moving up and we're going up, right? I keep saying consumer. Retail investor confidence is coming back. And how I know that is, well, look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is slowly coming back down. I just talked about this last night. Whether or not, Bitcoin dominance will continue to rise up, similar to 2017, or is it going to come back down because confidence comes back, the money that outflew from altcoins, maybe they're going to come right back in, right? That's what we're seeing. Because altcoins are exploding back up, once again. You have a lot of movement today, a lot of greens, right? But with that said, these altcoins are still nowhere near all-time highs. The ones that, we've seen just a few weeks ago, right? Ethereum at 4,200, Binance Coin nearing 700, Cardano like 230, Dogecoin has 70 cents. Despite the greens we're seeing, there's still a lot of bargains to be had, with the exception of Polygon. Polygon is just a beast. I think it is at its previous high already. It just keeps going up and up and up. So with the exception of Polygon, everything else is still in recovery mode. But that's actually a good thing. So for those of you guys that missed the bottom, you didn't believe that was a bottom, you thought that we're going to go lower, well, you still have time to buy back in at a lower price versus its previous highs, right? All right, let's go. Let's move on to this big news that some of you guys didn't catch. I didn't catch it either, to be quite honest. Someone sent it to me, so I can't take credit for it. But here we go. If you are in California and you want to work for Apple and you're into crypto, this may be a job you want to apply for. Okay, it's a business development manager position for alternative payments. What does alternative payments mean? Well, it means crypto. Yes, in here, even says 5 years, 5+ years experience working in or with alternative payment providers such as digital wallets, BNPL, fast payments, cryptocurrency, and etc. Okay, so this whole thing is basically a job posting trying to hide itself not to be a crypto job listing. Excuse me, but it is. You can't really hide it. You can't say cryptocurrency in any other way. So you're talking about digital wallets, okay, and cryptocurrency. That is what this job entails, right? You have to have 5+ years experience. So obviously they're probably going to poach from, I don't know, Coinbase or BlockFi or any of the wallet makers, right? They're probably going to poach people from people that's been in it. But of course, you know what this is for, right? It's for Apple Pay. Apple Pay is one of the biggest, I don't even know what you call it, just a payment system, payment processor, right? And according to this article, in 2021, Apple Pay has around 44 million users. And that's just in the US alone. That's not counting other countries, right? So 44 million users use Apple Pay. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot more than Starbucks, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay. So Apple Pay, obviously, you could put in your credit card. You can make payments. You don't need to carry your credit cards anymore. Basically, you just go to wherever, any retail store or anywhere and just utilize it to pay, right? So it looks like, yes, they're going to add in cryptocurrency into Apple Pay. And of course, it just makes sense. It makes sense. I've talked about this for months. PayPal, when they got in, right? PayPal is in this space too. When PayPal added Bitcoin, you just gotta think. Yeah, if PayPal's doing it, Square Cash App has it, and others are building into it. Of course, Apple Pay, right, is the next logical payment app that would adopt crypto. So it's coming. It's coming for sure. They haven't officially announced it yet, but obviously, if they're hiring people for this, right, to develop this business, to integrate digital wallets, okay, and to integrate cryptocurrency, this is coming. Apple is coming in full force, all the way in. Maybe, I don't know if I should take that back, because I don't know if Apple actually bought any Bitcoin, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe they have. A lot of these, crypto quant charts where I show you guys mass outflows of Bitcoin from Coinbase, they may be Apple stocking up. We don't know, right? And I don't know if Apple is going to allow users to buy and trade crypto within Apple Pay. That would be even bigger, right? But, baby steps. If they just first open up cryptocurrency payments, that would be great. And then the second step is to allow users to buy. That would be even better. And maybe they're building that in right off the bat because PayPal has that too, right? So yes, Apple is coming in, and I think this is going to be huge. This is going to be absolutely huge, enormous. It's just another reason why you need to stay in the game. Another reason why you need to ignore the FUD. No matter what happens, no matter what the whales or the manipulators or the banks, no matter how they try to drive things lower, and they make you fearful about what's to come for Bitcoin and crypto, you have to train yourself to ignore it. Pay attention to the bigger picture. Pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes, and you'll realize this is a once-in-a-life opportunity that you don't want to miss out, and you don't want to transfer your life-changing wealth to someone else, right? Apple is coming in. This is going to be enormous. Enormous. All right, what else is there? Well, I just got done talking about banks. Goldman Sachs has been in news as of late because Goldman Sachs is one of the big banks out there that is going to start recommending Bitcoin to their clients because their clients are asking for it. It's that simple. But here's the thing. There's a couple of quotes in this article I think that's very, very interesting. Very interesting. There's no doubt that FOMO is playing a role given how much Bitcoin and other crypto assets have appreciated and how many interested parties of all flavors have jumped into space. Yes, we know that. We know that, right? This is the interesting part. If you're asset manager running a macro fund and your closest rivals are all investing in cryptocurrency and seeing material returns, yes, they're seeing monster returns, monumental returns, I would argue, your investors would naturally wonder why you're not investing in the asset class, right? I think that's important. That's important. And the reason being, we know that there are a lot of investors or funds or managers that have bought Bitcoin and have bought, say, even Ethereum, have seen tremendous gains. So a lot of these other guys are playing catch up. Their clients are basically saying, hey, Why didn't I just put my money elsewhere? Why am I putting my money with you? They're making so much more money by investing in crypto. You're not, right? So all these banks and fund managers and investment companies, they have to play catch up. So they're all FOMOing in right now, okay? But the key thing is these guys are the ones I do believe are behind some of the FUD we have seen. The FUD that just came out of nowhere about China, from Elon, about mining, and all this other stuff about regulations, crackdowns, IRS, all this stuff coming out at the same time, right? I don't think it's a coincidence that it came out all within a span of 2 weeks, right? I think this was coordinated. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that some of these guys, like these bankers, investment fund managers, they have to buy up cheap because they missed out on so much gain. So they're playing catch up, right? But this kind of shows you, and JP Morgan's the same way. JP Morgan got fined billions of dollars for manipulating silver for decades. You don't think that they're capable of manipulating Bitcoin? So again, you got to pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes. These guys, these big banks, we don't really want them in Bitcoin, but we know they're going to enter unless they just want to die out like the dinosaurs. You know, these guys are playing catch up. Okay, they're trying to get in, and they could be the reason why we're seeing some of the FUD that we're seeing, you know, recently, right? So again, the whole purpose of me saying this is don't fall for a FUD. Don't fall for a FUD. Pay attention to the bigger picture. Pay attention to who's actually buying behind the scenes, and there is a lot of buying behind the scenes. All right. I talked about a 30,000 bottom, right? According to this article, there's three reasons why that 30,000 is the bottom. According to this, number one is Bitcoin closed above the 200-day SMA, which a lot of traders, a lot of TA guys say that has to be done. Like if it's not done, it would be the end of the world, which I still don't buy. There's a first time to everything, and not all first times are bad. But with that said, it seems like Bitcoin did close above, so that's out of the equation. Number two, Bitcoin exchange deposits declined. Okay, this makes a whole lot of sense, right? People are not panic depositing and trading to stable coins. There's another one I've been showing you guys about stable coins coming down too. I think that is also a very telling story. And also there's another indicator, MVT, reaches classic bull reversal level, whatever that may mean, but it shows that it has bottomed out, right? So these three reasons are given why 30,000 is bottom. But the one I believe in, out of all the reasons, the one I believe in is what Cathie Wood stated about 30,000, which is basic capitulation, right? Dropping a full 50% within a matter of days, right? It is a drastic drop. I'm not going to downplay that. It is a drastic drop. It's hard to sit through it. Even though you're a seasoned investor, it's hard to sit through it. But we know that things will get better, right? At least some of us does. Well, that's what I preach, and things are getting better. But with that said, it was very obvious that it was the first time for this year that retail investors got spooked, which is why, for the first time really for this year, altcoin dominance dropped down drastically and Bitcoin dominance started to rise, right? It shows you that retail investors all panicked, they all sold, you know, their diamond hands turned into paper hands, and that's why we had so much red. And on top of that, we had so many liquidations happen, which really didn't exist from years before. So you have to add that in there. And when you add all that in, right, that's what we saw. But the good news is, with all that FUD and all the manipulation, all the panic selling, Bitcoin still held at 30,000. Twice we tried to break through it. No, the bulls said, no, that's enough. That will be the bottom. And we are recovering from that, and pretty significantly. Bitcoin, of course, is still down, but altcoins are coming back up quite tremendously, and Bitcoin dominance is starting to fall once again. So we could just go right back to where we were not too long ago pretty soon. And I've also shown you guys that during bull runs, yes, during bull runs, you can have 50 or 40% dips. That is actually normal. Despite what anyone tells you, saying, oh, that's not normal. No, it happened. It happened multiple times during Bitcoin's bull run. So it is actually normal. Again, ignore the FUD. There's just a lot of people that likes to drive FUD for no apparent reason. They feel miserable because they missed out or they got liquidated and they want to also spread their FUD to you. Don't fall for it. And last two indicators that show you that we are on track. Stock to flow. Stock to flow, you can see we're still right on track. We're about halfway through. If you're measuring where we are versus the last cycle, the 2017 year, you could see that, you know what, we're about halfway. We're about halfway. And we haven't dropped down significantly. We haven't deviated, just slightly down, just like last time. And something else, the logarithmic growth chart, which projects Bitcoin's growth, right? We're still on track. We haven't fallen out. And even though we did back in March of 2020, and that was the first time ever, it didn't mean anything. Bitcoin continued to go, which is why I made the argument a day or two ago about just because something's the first time doesn't mean that it has to be bad. Although a lot of people will paint it that way, but doesn't mean it has to be, right? So there you go. Everything is still on track and everything is looking good. And you know, I'm waiting for this Friday. You guys know why? Because this Friday is that options expiration. I've been telling you guys about this. We'll see if I'm right. 60% of the time, I'm right every time. And that is this options expirations max pain price at 50,000. That's the 28th. That's 2 days from now. Can we see Bitcoin go from where we are now, 38,000 to $50,000 by Friday? I think there's a really real possibility. There's billions and billions and billions, okay, in Bitcoin options right now. There's a lot of money at play. And I don't know why. And I don't know who benefits other than the exchanges and the derivative exchanges themselves. I don't know why, but this max pain price, which causes the max pain for both the calls and the puts and the longs and the shorts, that tends to hit. That just for the last 2 months it hit. We'll see if it hit this month. And if it hits this month, that's actually a really good thing. That means we'll be at 50,000 by Friday moving into this weekend. So we'll have to see. And of course, if you guys missed it, yes, Apple is getting into crypto. They're hiring a business development manager for alternative payments, which they already state down here. 5 years of experience working with alternative payment providers, such as digital wallets, okay, crypto wallets basically, BNPL, which I'm not sure of, fast payments, and cryptocurrency. This is a job description that is a crypto job, but they're trying to hide it as best as they can because they don't want to leak this out. But it's too late. It's leaked out. Apple's go jump into crypto. All right, that's it. That's all I have to say. All right, let's do some Q&A. I saw a lot of super chats, and unfortunately they all disappeared, so I can't see them. The last one is from Jason. Thoughts on Hollow? It's recovering a bit, but no one really talks about it. Is it too niche or not exciting enough? It's not exciting enough. Right now they're transitioning to a new chain, Hollow RSM or something that's supposed to be a little better. They're like a DAG from 2017. Just not a whole lot of hype around it this time. They had a tremendous pump when decentralized storage plays were pumping because they also have like the storage play that they actually rent out and lease out. But right now it's just like, yeah, it's just not a lot of hype around it. Christian asks, so regarding BTC going to 50,000 this Friday, are you saying it'll go back down after or no? No, I'm not saying that at all. It's just I don't have any data to say what it will do afterwards. It could come back down or it could continue pumping. It could continue pumping back up to 60,000. I really don't know. That's short term. Long term, we know, right? Long term, at least I know, deep down in my heart, that this is not the end for Bitcoin. This is not the top. Nowhere near the top. We will see a new high. We will break through 64,000. I honestly believe we will be above 100,000, six figures, well above it by the end of this year. All signs point to it. And I'm not talking about just like stock to flow and stuff like this. And I'm talking about just looking at the bigger picture. Inflation fears have not gone away. Big banks are still FOMOing in. You have Cathie Wood and investment companies that's still buying Bitcoin left and right, right? None of this is stopping. So, yeah, it's going to go higher. Akashe, okay. Sorry, I butchered that name. Verma, I'll just call you Verma. When everyone will be looking to sell and make profits around the bull market top, no one's buying. So when we sell high, how do we sell to it? You don't try to time it. You take profits on the way up. As Bitcoin continues upwards and altcoin continues upwards, you start taking profits off the top. That way, if it does come down, the bubble bursts, you're okay. No one can really time that exact date that it's going to happen, right? And who knows? Who's to say that the top is going to be at the end of this year? Maybe it's a super cycle and continues on because of all the things I just said about the mass buying behind the scenes and inflation fears and so forth, right? And usage. Let's not forget Apple getting in. Apple Pay adopting crypto, that will be a big thing. If Apple Pay does it, you know Google Pay's go do it, and then you know Samsung Pay's go do it, and you know every other payment system will adopt, right? That's bringing a lot of new people into the space too. Crypto Yoda, appreciate that. How high do you see ADA VET by the end of the year? Very high. I create videos on both. You know, at least 10x from here. At least 10x. So, seeing a lot about debt. Marcel asked, seeing a lot about dead cat bounce, but my opinion is that some alts won't be 2x from the low. If that's the case, I don't know that. I don't quite understand it, but the main thing is it a dead cat bounce? I don't believe so. A lot, you know what, TA guys, they want to protect themselves, right? They'll say, okay, I saw someone that sent me recently. They're like, okay, 42,000 will be a big test. If it passes 42,000, it's going to continue higher. If it doesn't pass 40,000, continue lower. So there's always two scenarios, right? It's going to go up or it's going to go down. That's really it, right? But if you're concentrating on investing for long term, for investment, then it doesn't really matter which way it goes because you have the same strategy. You dollar cost average and you hodl. You take profits on the way up, you buy on the way down. Okay? That's that simple. And you invest in good projects, not deflationary pump hype meme projects. Okay? Don't try to get rich quick. So the strategy doesn't change. Why is Venus lagging so much? I read it's not safe. No, not for Venus. Pancake Bunny had a hack. I don't know if you're getting confused. But Binance Smart Chain stuff did took a hit. They did take a hit. I mean, even BNB is down. But I do think they'll come up. Jeff, big super chat. Thank you. Are you interested in the Flexa AM presentation? 2 Flexa VPs presenting. I have not watched anything from Consensus. So even though I do like AMP, I'm not sure if I can check them out. I got a couple people I need to talk to after this stream. I am into Digibytes, 20% of my portfolio, 20% of Horizon. Are these smart ones? If you're following 50-25-25 rule, these are both considered mid to small caps, which should be 25% of your portfolio. As long as they both don't exceed that, you're okay. So that's what. Thoughts on UBX is looking like to make a big move. A lot of people ask me about UBX. I'm just neutral on it. I don't see anything that stands out with it. Can you see us a bear trap and bidding down to 30K? It could happen. I don't see it happening again. We just dipped down to 30,000 again. You know, like 2 days ago. We did it twice. So, I don't know. I just don't see it. It could happen. But, you know what? Like I said, the strategy doesn't change. See it as a buying opportunity. See it as a way to pick up more of your favorite alts and Bitcoin. Tennis time. The fact that Apple's adding Apple Pay is big, but that doesn't mean that they put BTC on balance sheet. Yeah, it doesn't. But it's a start. And if they want to offer crypto trading, right? Like PayPal had to buy crypto to offer trading services. So if the start is to just adopt, let's say, cryptocurrency payments, okay, and then maybe they'll move into trading, and that'll force them to buy. And then if they're buying, why not utilize some of that money in their reserve to buy Bitcoin, right? So it's a stepping stone. I mean, it'll lead up to it. There's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that they're getting in is big. And after Apple does this, Amazon's go follow, right? And Microsoft's go follow. They're not, and Google's go follow. So this is like a cascading effect. It's really positive. Thanks for replying, but my question is different. Who do we sell it to when everyone's selling, no one's buying, when the market is rallying? That doesn't make sense. There's always a buyer, no matter what. If there's no buyer, then the price will be zero, and everything will be zero. So it doesn't really make any sense. There's always going to be a buyer, no matter what. If things are rallying, things are dumping, there's always a buyer, unless you're buying dented coin. Michael asks, how much impact do you think leverage traders have in BTC price swings compared to the whales? I mean, you could argue leverage traders are the whales, right? It's hard to tell because I don't even know the definition of whale, whether or not they need to have 10 million, 20 million, 100 million. I don't know what the cutoff is. Whales is just a general definition of someone that's really rich. And you could even argue maybe $1 million utilizing leverage could drive markets, right? So yes and no. I mean, I think that the impact is relatively the same. Yeah. CMC says Terra Luna's on Binance. I don't see it. Not in the US, maybe. Yeah, if you're talking about Binance and Binance.us do not have the same tokens, just so you know. Very, very different. MetaMask accepts Apple Pay to buy ETH. Okay, but that's a little different. You want the reverse of that. But okay, it's a start. Bax, I don't remember what Bax is. Is it Bab? Yeah, I don't like it. It's a charity, right? I remember it's a charity. Yeah. No, not that I'm against charities. I just don't believe any crypto projects that claim that they're going to give back to charity is the reason why they started that project. So I don't like that. I don't like it at all. What are your thoughts about security tokens? I'm not a fan of security tokens because I think they're going to be delisted by the exchanges, and it's going to be very hard to trade after that, and it's going to be hard to make money with it. So, do you think Polygon will hit $10 by the end of the year? Well, yeah, I think they could hit $20 by the end of the year, to be honest. I think at this point, Bitcoin going up 10x, I think is very easy. It's much easier at 38,000 to 64,000. So Bitcoin's going to go 10x. Everything else, the big caps, should all go up at least 10x. And then Polygon's already $2 something. It could be at $20 by the end of the year. Telcoin just got their bill passed. Yes, this is going to be huge. No, it's not. They're still waiting for like the senator, one of the governor or someone to sign it. So you're a little ahead of the game. It has not been officially okayed. It could be, but not yet. But this is the reason why they've been doing so well recently. So I hope the best. I hope they do get it. Thoughts on buying miners for helium? Yeah, I think that's a good play. A lot of people claim they make a lot of money from mining on helium, but I don't know truly how much that is. Like RuneScape, like Diablo, check out Rune for buying Smart Chain first, NFT, Hyperfarm, gamers, you won't. Okay. I was addicted to Diablo 2. I admit in college, all I did was play Diablo 2. The only thing I did was play Diablo 2. If there's always a buy, why did Robinhood not let me sell my Doge before SNL? Because their system couldn't handle it. There's too many people on there. So blame Robinhood. Blame the exchanges that are down, but don't blame crypto. Thanks for keeping it real. Fundamentals not matter, not FUD. Cool to see your success. Thanks for being honest. Appreciate that, John. Yeah, my channel has been growing quite a bit. It's thanks to you guys, but it's mostly due to you guys, basically getting it, right? Believing in the fundamentals and, ignoring FUD. And I'm trying to present, actual facts to back what I say, right? And more comes out of it each and every week, right? Sometimes I don't have it right away, but then, I get it later on, right? So that's what I try to do. ETH price by the end of the year, let's say $20,000. Just throwing that out there. Nickery, I don't know about Akash's mining operation, but I'm not very big into Akash. I think they need to have more traction. They're basically decentralized cloud storage, cloud computing, right? What they want to do is try to get customers to get away from AWS and Azure and onto their network. But it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do that. All right, I think that's it. Gemini already accepts Apple Pay and Google Pay. That's different, okay? Yes, all these exchanges or MetaMask or whatever, they're going to accept Apple Pay. But you want the reverse of that. You want the reverse of that. So it's a little bit different. I forgot. For those of you guys that like to trade, or those of you guys that like Uniswap, I got to mention this. I forgot to mention my sponsor, ItrustCapital, which allows you to buy crypto with your crypto IRA and with not your crypto IRA, with your IRA and 401k and Roth IRA. You can buy things and trade tax-free until you retire. And now they've just added Uniswap. So that's a big addition. The last one they added was Cardano, which is a big addition. And of course, they have the basic ones like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can even buy gold. So if you're interested, check them out. My affiliate link is in the description of this video. All right, let's go back. Man, 13,000 people. This is a pretty good stream. Last night was kind of low. I don't know why. If you guys didn't check out my video from last night, make sure you do so. I talk about Bitcoin dominance, altcoin dominance, address some of the FUD too. So make sure you watch that. But a lot of people very excited today. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, that's really it. Anything else? Harmony. I love Harmony. Clever is like a Tron universal wallet. I don't hear too much about Clever these days. I do hear a lot of you guys troll on BitBoy's stream about who is the actual George. Hopefully it doesn't piss him off. I don't know how much you guys are doing it, but I do appreciate the support. I will be on Crypto Banter Show this Friday, in case you guys are wondering. Do you think Apple could come out with their own coin, like Apple Coin? Sure, I think so. Maybe they will do that. Atom's price end of year. I don't know. I think Atom has been consistently underperforming. They should be a lot higher than where they are. You gotta go down. Yeah, number 40. Yeah, I think they're really undervalued. I think they should be like at least top 20, based on their traction, based on how many chains are actually within the Cosmos ecosystem. There's quite a bit. VET definitely. I support VET. At least they're in the top 20, but they were really close. They were like at number 12 or 13. I do believe that will be top 10, and really they should be a lot higher than that. So yeah. All right, guys, that's it. That's it. I'll let you guys go. I gotta grab some lunch and take care of some business. But today, today's a good recovery day. Bitcoin is coming back up. Altcoins are coming up. Bitcoin dominance is coming down, which means altcoins are coming back. Retail investor confidence coming back, right? But overall, I think it's just a good recovery day. It's a good recovery day. I'm waiting for this Friday to see what happens. Are we going to get up to that 50,000? Maybe. But of course, the big news of the day has to be Apple. Apple is coming in. Apple Pay will be allowing or accepting cryptocurrency payments in the near future. They're starting to hire. This job posting was just posted. So we know later on this year, they're probably going to make some big announcement like Apple Pay now has a full-fledged crypto wallet, and you could make a deposit and you could utilize that to pay with Apple Pay. I mean, it's gonna be enormous. So who knows what else? Maybe they're gonna allow you to buy and sell and trade within Apple Pay. And maybe Apple will be spending some of their $300 billion of cash that's just sitting there. $300 billion of cash just sitting there. Maybe they're just gonna take 1% of that to buy Bitcoin. It's ridiculous to think 1% of 300 billion is 3 billion, right? Maybe they even take 1% of that and put in Bitcoin. That could be coming in the near future too. Yeah. So stay strong, my friends. Ignore the FUD, and let's do this together, right? Let's build some life-changing wealth. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.